We're live, pal. Welcome to
Go for the Pin. Go for the Pin Wrestling Review Show.
With your boys, Mikey Q and
King V, aka Ember Moon Knight, aka Michelle McCool Running, aka Summer Ray Charles,
Mikey Q and King V.
King V, what's going on, homie?
Give your energy and feed that vibe into the world.
Mike, you still owe me a chopped cheese.
I mean,
Hey, Mike.
Go for the Pin.
We're live, pal. Welcome to Go for the Pin, episode 115, with your boys first.
King V, aka Isladon Richard.
Okay. And secondly, we got DJ Knuckles.
Can't see. One time.
You botched it already. You said
I did. That was awful.
All right, take two. Welcome to Go for the Pin, episode 1. We got a lot to
No, we can't do that again. We're live, pal.
We are live, pal. Hey, can we do that again? Hey, we live, pal.
Yeah.
No, we're live. Hey, Mike.
Yes.
Did you hear my impression of you last week?
No, I missed it. Now I'm gonna go back and look at the replay.
Oh, it's actually on the page. It's one of the clips.
It is. Okay, I think we
It
can
might
actually
be.
air that if it is.
I don't know. Is it? It might be.
Uh,
Will we
yeah,
copyright
it is.
strike ourselves?
right? I'll search the interwebs for it. But anyway, guys, we got a lot to talk about tonight. And not that much time to talk about it. So we have to get we got to get into a lot of news. A lot of news. The wrestling
A
world.
lot of rumors.
A lot of rumors. The wrestling world is in a
Innuendo.
tizzy. Okay, okay.
That is
Yeah, so it was a tizzy. It's definitely a tizzy. We got a lot to get to. But first, we have to talk about the fact that Battle Club Pro comes back to New York City next Saturday night. We have in the main event, we have Steve Pena defending his 5 points championship against. No, yeah, it is the 5 points. Okay. 5 points. I had to make sure. He has two titles. That's how good Steve Pena is. Okay, he has two
Absolutely.
championships. Okay, so it's hard to keep track of these things sometimes. You know what I'm saying, right, Knuckles?
absolutely.
Right. So anyway, so Steve Pena.
You know what you should have did? You
What?
should have wrote it down. You know how you like writing things down.
No, I'm sorry, that'd be gimmick infringement. I'm sure you like writing things down. But anyway, so we have Steve Pena. Yeah, Steve Pena.
Wouldn't be the first time there was gimmick infringement on this show.
Oh, come on. I infringe on V's gimmick all the time, but that's neither here nor there.
Absolutely.
Somebody's gonna clip that and it's gonna sound crazy, but it's fine. I'm trying to get through this ad here. Just read, okay? Battle Club Pro, welcome to New York City. Welcome to New York City. Steve Pena defends against Darius Carter, the Allfather, in the main event for the 5 points championship. And next week we may have a special somebody stopping by. Don't want to say it yet, just in case things don't go our way. But I don't even want to put that negative energy into the universe. So we will have somebody special stopping by next week. But anyway, yes, that goes down this Saturday. It's a stat card. It's a lot of great matches on the show. Trisha Dora is going to be there. Cosmic's wrestling. I think actually Trisha Dora is wrestling Cosmic for the now vacant Icons Championship. Big Swole had to relinquish the championship. I hope everything is well with Swole and her family, and wish her the best. I don't know what the situation is, so I'm not going to get on here and speculate. But on behalf of myself, and I'm sure Go for the Pin, for V, for Knuckles, for everybody, we wish Swole the best. Nonetheless, we got a banger of a match here with Trisha Dora facing Cosmic. So that's gonna be interesting. Also tonight, we were supposed to do this last week, but we got to get into it this week. some of our podcast interview goals. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. But I will do everything in my power to make sure that everybody's goals come true here this year. But no promises, but it's just we're putting it out to the universe to see what happens. Listen, if you would asked me a year ago if I thought Big Swole was gonna be on our podcast, like I'd have been like, no, absolutely not, but that happened. Willow Nightingale, AEW superstar Willow Nightingale was on our show. All right. So I mean, sometimes you just gotta put it out there to the universe and see what happens. And I think that'll be a good idea for tonight. So that will also be going down tonight. So yeah. All right, without further ado, let's get into a little bit of results and a little bit of commentary on SmackDown here. As I pull up the SmackDown results. Just get that ready. As it sounds like somebody is
So if you hear, okay, let's be transparent, because we're trying to fight through it, like how some of y'all got exposed for your tweets about dark-skinned women back in the day. So we're trying to fight. We're trying to fight through it.
Are you talking about Ice and the Joe Budden podcast?
If you hear any whining in the background, there's a new addition to my family. He's on my nerves. Okay.
If you hear any noise, it's just me and the boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry,
John. I mean Knuckles. All right, let's
Ah!
oh, not the shoot name. All right, not the shoot name.
Oh.
All right, let's get into it. The show opens with Bloodline coming out there. Everybody. Basically, Reigns lost his temper with Sami Zayn because Sami was the one that said they guaranteed a win against John Cena and Kevin Owens the previous week, and basically Roman said that I didn't lose, you lost, but I mean, Roman, it was a tag team match, you lost.
Yeah, you lost.
You lost. It was a tag team match.
Tag team match player.
If Sami Zayn's shoulders was pinned, that means it goes down as Kevin Owens and John Cena defeats Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns. So you lost.
That's right.
But he being Reigns lost his temper. Kevin Owens comes out there, basically finesses his way into another WWE Universal Championship match at the Royal Rumble, which is funny. And now we get Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens tomorrow night, as we record here live. What'd you guys think of this opening segment? That was pretty much the segment there.
Whew. So Sammy's gonna die very soon. The bloodline is just gonna murderize him.
Montreal.
No, they're really gonna fuck him up. I'm gonna feel so bad.
I'm calling it now. They attack him in his hometown of Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
And they should.
Man, the bloodline won't get out of that place alive. It'll be the 1980s all over again.
Sure they will. These fans
Somebody gonna be in the parking lot.
These fans are not the same fans. Knuckles, we all know that. This is not.
And have you seen Samoans? They look like they beat people for breakfast.
That's
a good point.
That's a good point.
That's it.
Ooh.
I don't.
I'm
they'll
mad.
have tremendous heat in the building, I'm sure, but they'll be fine getting out of there.
Yeah.
Still got those. It's still real to me, damn it, fans.
Are there a lot of those still out there?
Are they like underaged?
Would you say about what's there? I'm sorry, that was low. All right. Anyway, let's keep going here. Let's keep going. We had that was really low. I'm sorry. Yes, Santos Escobar defeated
And-
Kofi Kingston by pinfall.
And
This
a
was a
good
good
one.
match. This was a really good match between Kofi and Santos Escobar. What'd you guys think of this?
I can't.
I also thought it was good. Two great teams going after each other. It was well done. I don't have any issues with it.
Yeah, I agree.
Escobar's a talent, man. I like that cat. I like it.
So we had Liv Morgan declare herself as an entrant into the 2023 Royal Rumble. So here's my thing, right? And it's nothing to do with Liv. Just when people declare themselves in the Royal Rumble match, why do some people have to declare? Why do some people get to declare themselves into the Royal Rumble? Some people have to qualify for the Royal Rumble, and some people are just, I don't know, just in there and don't even say anything. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just like, okay, do you really have to declare yourself in the Royal Rumble? I think it's better if they don't say anything. I think that I think it's I get it. We've had qualifying matches for the Royal Rumble for years and years and years and years. But even with that, it's like, why do we have to qualify? Why do certain people have to qualify and others don't? Is it because of their resume? But then if it's because of their resume, I know some people, no offense, that are in the Royal Rumble did not have to qualify. They're just in the Royal Rumble. Like, so that was always a little, like, I don't know, strange to me, but it is
Fillers, bro. Fillers.
Filler. Yeah,
Fillers,
that's
man.
exactly what it is.
You really think Kofi Kingston has to qualify for the Rumble?
He shouldn't have to.
Absolutely not.
He shouldn't have to.
Can we go back? Can we go back to the days where people pick numbers out of that tumbler? I love that.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
I love that.
Every time I see that, I just see, and I'm Yolanda Vega, and I just that was an unlocked memory. That was a very New York reference.
Yeah.
Shout out to Yolanda Vega.
Yolanda Vega. Hope she's well.
But yeah.
All right. Let's continue here. Karrion Kross Scarlett, who made her debut in the wrestling ring. Let's connect here. Madcap Moss and Emma. Of course, Karrion Scarlett won via submission. Like I said, the interesting story is Scarlett wrestle. I wish they would have Scarlett wrestle more. Scarlett was actually pretty good before she got to WWE in the ring, and I would love to see her wrestle more. What'd you guys think of this? I mean, it wasn't really much there, but she only got in there for a little bit. What did you guys think?
Go ahead, Knuckles. You go first.
I mean, I agree with you, Mike. I mean, Scarlett is, like you said, she was good before she got to WWE. I just have this like very strange feeling, and I hope I'm not like that they put these women in the ring like that, but they don't utilize them. Especially when they have the skill and the talent to hold a story down and hold down a match. I would like to see more of Scarlett, as you said. I just don't, and this is no slight to her. I just don't see it.
You don't see it for
Scarlett? I pray to God I'm wrong. I pray to God I'm wrong. I just think WWE is going to see her more as a valet than a wrestler.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's fair, but especially with the talent she has, I just don't think that they're going to, put her out there like that. But if they do, that's great. If they don't, I'll be disappointed.
I'm sorry. I'm wildly distracted by what's going on. Hey, my headphones in the back here.
That dog is cussing somebody out.
As I was moving on, I did like Scarlett prior to her WWE tenure. I think this was like a test,
Mm-hmm.
just to see, what she can do and how the crowd reacts, stuff like that. I mean, I wish there was more story going on between Emma and Madcap and Scarlett and Carrion. Ooh, almost forgot. I wish it was more like I don't like you either. Slap.
Yeah.
Like I want it to be a little bit more than that, but
Yeah.
that's fine. She was really impressive in the ring,
Who's she, pal?
and Scarlett, proper nouns, pal. I honestly think that she's the star between her and her husband, and I'll just leave that there. It's giving Mark Marrow and Sable.
I'm not gonna say I disagree with you. Oh Lord.
Oh,
There we go. Oh, let me see if I can.
okay.
We're live, pal. Welcome. Go for the show. It's your boy, DJ Knuckles and
King V, aka Mercedes Monet Exchange.
Oh man! Wow,
Mm.
that was actually pretty good, pal. That's actually pretty good, pal.
Yeah. you know what I did to prepare for that, right?
You must have watched hours of video.
No, well, for one, it's in the package, and two, I wrote it down. I like that.
You like writing things down? Yeah, I know. Oh man! All right. Let's continue. Here. After the match, Cross put a mask over Madcap, basically to tease Rey Mysterio.
Right.
I'm sure we'll get that feud going forward.
And this Madcap and Emma, Scarlett and Carrion, they could make a lot out of that if you think about it. Because really, in retrospect, and I don't want to break the K word.
Oh,
Those are two pairs of people who are actually in real life relationships.
mm-hmm. Yes.
So you can make a lot out of that if you did your research and actually sat down and had tobacco instead of whatever.
Okay. All right. Yep. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay. Let's keep going. Allegedly. Okay. So we.
Nothing to learn about things over here.
We had a SmackDown Women's Championship match. Charlotte came out there and cut a very babyface promo. And of course she's a babyface after what she did to Ronda Rousey the week before. Sonya Deville came out there, and I mean, basically, this was just a get over match for Charlotte here. A welcome back match for Charlotte. Charlotte defends and retains her her championship, her SmackDown Women's Championship, after the figure eight. I like this segment. What did you guys think of this?
Yeah, very Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
That whooped that trick.
Yes. Now,
and then Charlotte playing into it and calling her, even though she said it in the widest way. But yeah, that was I like when.
I'm sorry. Had a moment.
Okay. Wow. Bring it back. But Charlotte's good. I'm glad she played into it.
Yeah,
it was pretty. It was fun. I had fun.
Yes, Knuckles.
Yeah, it was a fun match. It's going to be interesting to see where they go with Charlotte. Even more interesting to see where they go with Sonya, because after the whole what did they call it? Authority figure storyline, it really ain't done nothing with her. So I like to see where they go with her.
Have her go down to NXT and manage Toxic Attraction. I love like that you're both thinking about this right now. Yes. Or not manage, but be in Toxic Attraction. Be the leader of Toxic Attraction.
See, the only The only thing is like, okay, we get it. Mandy and Sonya are friends. Like, in
So
real
they're
life.
friends, right?
I mean, it would make sense
Because what else?
if
is
you
he
really
doing?
put that. Nothing.
Yeah, but you can say that for a lot of other people too.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
they sent
can.
my boy Hard Body Mahal back to NXT, but we'll get there.
Whoa.
Former W, former
Veer,
WWE champion.
Veer's gone. He's gonna come again.
Well,
The Veer is
I
gone.
thought Veer was gonna come when Jinder. All right. Anyway,
All right.
I thought they was gonna come together. All right.
Oh,
All right. Well,
Right now,
mm-mm.
over me.
oh man.
Oh,
But we only got
I
Jinder
need,
coming. Anyway,
I need to go. I need to fucking leave.
Right
don't
now.
leave. I need you here.
I gotta go. Mm-mm.
Oh man, you know what else gotta go? These Lacey Evans video packages.
Oh, because nobody gives a fuck. You know, no. Like, oh my god.
So now Sergeant Slaughter Lacey Evans, Sergeant Lacey Evans Slaughter,
like is she Lacey Slaughter?
Lacey Slaughter, yeah.
Like what? Okay, so if they try to pair him with her to get her over, you know, because America, fuck yeah. So
Oh my god. Oh my
if they're gonna try to pair Sergeant Slaughter with her, okay. But other than that, I don't give a solid liquid gas or plasma. Oh fuck. At all.
And here's the thing about that, V. Here's the thing about that. It doesn't matter if you really do give her a good character that can catch on. Nobody's gonna care because you flip flopped her so many times.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit anymore.
Yeah.
She was good. She's gonna have more heel turns than Big Show after a while.
Yikes. Yikes. Well.
She was a heel, now she's the face. The heel. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of I'm over Lacey Evans at this point. I don't know. In other news, Luca has 27 at the third. All right, let's keep going here. So, we have Ricochet defeating Top Dollar. Cause who hotter than Top Dollar? Not Nada. And then that's what he said. That's what he says. Anyway, let's keep going. Hit Row then attacked Ricochet post-match, turning heel. Braun Strowman ran him off, and Hit Row took a powder to Braun Strowman. What you guys think?
I want to discuss this.
Okay.
Because you know I do like Hit Row. I think this might be needed.
Okay. I said the same thing.
I think the heel turn was needed. Yeah, it's gonna work. And nice pump kick by B-Fab.
Yeah.
I will say that, yes.
Honestly, I can't wait until they give her a match. She's been training with Natty. And Natalya works magic.
Mm-hmm.
So I see if she continues to work with Natty, she can get there.
I mean, I posed this question on the show a few months ago, and I said, "Does Hit Row need Swerve?" And I said yes, and V was like, "No," because I know Hit Row was a thing before Swerve even became a part of the group, I should say. At this point on the main roster, it's just not working, and I think the heel turn is needed. But we'll see what they do with Hit Row at this point. I mean, some of it is on the creative, a lot of it's on creative, but I don't know if they actually believe in Hit Row. I don't think they believe in the group without Swerve. Swerve, without a doubt, was the star of that group. And I think they're suffering because he's not there. But I mean,
I think
ahead,
every faction needs a personality. If we look back at the history of factions, just to throw a couple out there, you had the Horsemen. Of course, we know the personality was Ric Flair. You had Evolution. The personality to me was Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm.
You had you had the Freebirds, of course, Michael P.S.A.
Mm-hmm.
Every faction has to have a personality that sticks out.
Right.
And when Swerve was with Hit Row, Swerve was that personality.
Mm-hmm.
Now that he's not there, to piggyback on what Mike said, Hit Row just seems kind of just there. There's nothing that sticks out to me that says, "Oh, I want to see Hit Row." It's just
right. I mean, the crowd reaction isn't showing
that.
Yeah,
nobody's invested, But I mean, you made good points, but I mean, I kind of have to agree with Mike here. I don't. It's not. We'll see what happens since they've made this heel turn.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
I mean, I'm not fully like over Hit Row. I think that they have an opportunity to do some great things as a heel faction. But up to this point, I'm just not. I'm not impressed. I don't think the group is good without Swerve. Yeah, but that's just what it is. But I guess we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. All right. In the main event, we had an undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship match. The Usos defending against Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. Really solid match here. Really, really solid match. A lot of false finishes. I, for one, did not believe that McIntyre and Sheamus was ever going to beat the Usos, and that kind of took me out a little bit. But nonetheless, it was still a great match. You had Sammy and Reigns watching from the locker room, eating popcorn and stuff. I thought that was great. And Sammy had popcorn first, and Reigns is looking at him like, "Where did you get popcorn from? No, I don't want your popcorn." And then next thing you know, Reigns got popcorn. Like, that was great stuff. That was great stuff. Right. And then both just eating, watching the match. It was great. It was great. What'd you guys think of this main event segment to take us off the air?
It was pretty. It was solid.
Yeah.
I agree. It was solid. I think it's come to a point now where the Usos do not need to be defending tag team goals unless it's on a pay-per-view, because we already know what the outcome is going to be. You're not going to drop the titles on SmackDown. You're not going to do that. The days of major title changes on free television is basically over. With the exception of maybe the United States Intercontinental title.
Well, Charlotte just won the women's championship the week prior on SmackDown.
Well, I was aforementioned. I was focusing on the tag titles and the world title. The
women's championship is a world title, Knuckles. But I hear what you're saying. Let's not do that. It is a world title, but I hear you. I do.
It is, and I stand corrected. But
no, I hear what you're saying. No, I hear what you're saying.
And it's the Usos.
Yeah.
How many days? 10,205? Is that what it is? You're not going to.
Longer than
Thank you.
Okay.
You're not going to lose on free television. Just stop defending them on free television. You can take that time to build a story with one team and lead to a pay-per-view, and maybe you can make us think you might lose. But if you just say, "Oh, it's 7 days, the Usos defend the tag team title," oh, okay, yeah, let me just go ahead and check one out for the Usos.
I think it adds to their legacy, though, that they have defended the title so much. I mean, yes, we know they're not going to lose, but in terms of like legacy, it's like, all right, it's not like they just was holding the title for 2 months and then defended it, then hold it for another 2 months, and then defended it, and then 3 months, and that was one of the issues previously. Like I remember there was an issue, like people was getting on Alexa Bliss when she was Raw Women's Champion because she hardly defended the title, but she's like, all right, well, if you're not putting me in title matches, how am I going to defend the title? She had this segment with Kurt, and Kurt was like, because when Kurt was general manager, Kurt Angle, of course, Hall of Famer, and Kurt was just like, well, actually, yeah, you're right. Like, you can't be mad if you're not putting me in championship matches. You can't be mad when I'm not defending the title. But yeah, I think okay, I'm not even gonna say you can make the undisputed titles more special. They are. The undisputed tag team titles are very special. They're very prestigious at this point. The Usos have brought prestige to it by being so successful, holding those tag team championships. But you guys are both right. You're not gonna see a title change on a random SmackDown for the tag team titles. It's not gonna happen. The undisputed championship, the universal undisputed heavyweight gimmick of the world.
Yeah.
Gimmick of the world.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the one.
I think
That's good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, it was
That
really
was
good.
good.
But
Nice.
but yeah, he's not gonna lose the title on free television either. But yeah, nonetheless, I thought this was a great match.
It was a good match.
And with that said, what do we give a Friday night SmackDown? And shout out to everybody that's watching us on the YouTubes. Two counts all around. All right, there we go. On the YouTubes, money I see you, babe. Okay. All right, so let's keep going here. All right. Let's keep going. So we got Monday Night Raw to talk about, guys. If we must. So the show opened with, it looks like the Bloodline and Kevin Owens actually came out there, and they had a whole segment there, and basically Kevin Owens had a match against Baron Corbin because Kevin opened up the show. Kevin beat Corbin, of course, because they was trying to build towards Royal Rumble, and Corbin said that he would win the Royal Rumble, and Kevin was like, all right, so what are we gonna do here? Are we gonna actually have a match, or am I gonna just stun you and that'll be it or whatever? I would have preferred that, but nonetheless it was cool. Let me not get on Corbin. Let me not get on Corbin. We got one of the best memes that we got in a long time with Kevin Owens putting his head in the turnbuckle as Corbin was cutting his promo. Thought that was great stuff, pal. No, such
I have that saved because that's me on a regular basis.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so the Bloodline come out there. They try to attack Kevin after the match. Kevin fights them off with a chair, and that was pretty much the segment. This led to a match later on, because Solo was going to face Dolph Ziggler. Dolph was one of the people that Solo attacked along with the Bloodline a few weeks ago. What'd you guys think of this opening segment and match?
It was cool. I was like, okay, yay,
Corbin, I guess. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is he still happy? He's pretty happy, right?
Oh, he's
Huh?
He's not down bad yet.
Nah, even though that was my favorite Corbin.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
He's a wrestling god now.
Oh, okay. I hated when JBL was doing it too back in 04 and 05. I'm a wrestling god.
Wrestling god.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep going. Alexa Bliss cut a promo and was interrupted by Uncle Howdy.
Bo Dallas.
I'm sorry. You might want to get that checked out. You might want to get that.
You okay? Yeah, you need some testing?
Yeah.
Not cussing.
Go drink tea.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Put the holes in the tea. It works every time.
Yeah.
All right.
And a little whiskey. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Huh?
Huh? Oh man. I see what kind of show this is tonight. All right. Yes, Alexa, Uncle Howdy. Deliberate.
Yeah, Uncle Howdy is definitely Bo Dallas. I'm
And he was
surprised.
at Raw.
I'm surprised that he came for Alexa. I wasn't expecting. Are you okay, Mike?
Did he just pass out? What happened?
You're live, pal.
What happened?
Oh.
What?
I know what he's laughing at, and we're just gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep.
And I tried not to touch on notes, so I couldn't.
I missed it. I'm sorry. I missed it.
You are 4 years old, Michael.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Oh man.
Oh,
Anyway.
you're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Oh,
You're an idiot.
But
you
yeah,
really
I wasn't. No, I really was surprised. You know what?
Mike, you're an idiot.
I'm not surprised. If I was both, yeah, just continue. I'm gonna get in trouble. Just continue. Just continue.
Yeah.
Just continue.
Just keep going.
Please, just
Okay.
continue. Just
Yeah,
continue.
but I was
Yeah.
surprised that that Bray would finally
Oh my god.
look for Alexa. So sorry. Other words,
Oh my god. Oh man.
childish.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Boy. Oh boy.
Don't come for me.
Yeah, I was surprised that that Uncle Howdy
Appeared.
made his Raw debut. Oh my god. He made his Raw debut in front of Alexa. She didn't
His
sing that
Raw
please right,
debut.
though.
His debut was Raw.
Raw debut.
Raw
Yeah.
debut.
Alexa didn't seem too impressed though. She looked kind of disappointed. But nonetheless, yes, this this all happened on Raw, and I'm gonna be honest, we're probably making this segment way more entertaining than it actually was. It was cool. I mean, it was all right. It was fine. But where are we going here? Where are we going? What's happening?
I just don't like the fact that on SmackDown, Uncle Howdy looked like he was a clean 260 pounds, but on Raw, he looked like he was all of 205. I'm like, what happened? Did we not know? Was I the only one that noticed that when he was standing in the ring, he looked really, really stocky? But then when he was on Raw at the entrance, he looked really, really skinny.
I didn't know.
Maybe that was smoke and mirrors, lighting, or something like that. But I was
Smoke and
like,
mirrors, Cody.
yeah.
Maybe I didn't see it, but it was a lot of smoke. A whole lot of smoke.
All right.
You know about that.
So Bailey defended Mi Chin. I guess that's her new name. I don't like it at all. Not even a little bit. Like not even a teeny weeny bit. Like I was fine with it.
Wait, I wasn't ready. Oh god.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it not one bit. Nope. Yeah.
I don't mind it because I don't speak Korean. I don't know Korean, nor am I Korean. She is. So if it makes sense, it makes sense. But if she's gonna have that, we need to see why they call her Mi-Chin. So yeah, I'm gonna need her to back it up. It's fine. You don't have to.
Knuckles. Yeah.
I got nothing.
Exactly. That's how I feel. And then of course they being Damage Control attacked Mia later on in the show because she helped Becky the week prior. Whatever.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So we had a we had an Austin Theory promo. He was bragging about Seth Rollins. Hey, Knuckles, this way. He was bragging about Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins' injury.
Oh no, I was just waiting for the tagline.
I think I did it earlier. Sorry, V. But yeah. So Theory was bragging about Seth Rollins' injury. And I mentioned last week, and everybody was so worried about Seth. I said, on this show, if it was a legitimate injury, there is no way Theory would have gave him that chop block at the end of the match. And I almost wish they didn't do it. They shouldn't. You know what? They should have just did the low blow, 8-count down, 1, 2, 3, and they should have ended the segment, because that would have made me think maybe Seth is really injured. But because they did that chop block, that told me this is a work. I'm like, this screams work to me.
Yeah.
And
I was wrong. It looked legit to me. So that was good job on their end.
It looked legit up into the chop block to me. That was what killed the whole thing for me. Nonetheless, Seth Rollins returned, or he wasn't gone, but Seth Rollins came out there. And basically he told Theory that he's gonna get his rematch, and Bobby Lashley came out there. Lashley made his return after 4 weeks. Huge ovation. Hit Theory with a spear, threw him out of the ring, and Bobby says he's gonna win the Royal Rumble. This was a really enjoyable segment. I thought this was really, really well done. What did you guys think of this?
For the most part, I kind of had mute when Austin Theory came on, but when it came to Bobby Lashley, I really enjoyed his return. We're definitely getting the Hurt Business again.
Yeah, you could talk about the segment that happened after that.
It's a slow burn. It's gonna be a slow burn, and I'm okay with that. Knuckles.
Yeah. I mean, I think the premise of the whole thing is, the reason for Bobby Lashley coming out there to begin with, I don't think he's going to be part of the United States title storyline. I think it's just something to get him back on TV to start the process of the Hurt Business. It's if you can't see it now, just go and look on MVP's Instagram. He's sitting there sipping on cognac, and he lifts the camera up, and Sheldon Benjamin and Cedric Alexander are sitting behind him. Come on, if you can't tell from that, I think that was a nice debut back, nice return. But I mean, it's more or less about Theory and Seth Rollins right now. And I have an opinion about that whole thing when the Rumble comes around, so I'll say it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so as V alluded to, the Hurt Business was backstage. MVP talked to Bobby Lashley. The Hurt Business did compete in a tag team gauntlet later on in the evening with Shelton and Cedric. But it's a slow burn, so I like it. All right, let's keep it going here. And I'm gonna lose all of my money. But yeah, so let's keep it going here. So Rhea Ripley defeated Candice
No, she didn't. There you go.
She defeated Candice LeRae. Just to get over match for Rhea. I think Candice is being underutilized. But I know Johnny's hurt now, so yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Pretty bland segment in the back, I guess. The match was fine. But you knew that Candice wasn't winning, so it is what it is. You guys have any Any takes on this?
I agree with you, Mike, that Candice is underutilized.
Yeah.
They need to hurry up and call up Indy, put them in the tag division, because honestly,
I ain't
Damage
think about
Control, Damage Control, no shade, because I like both Dakota and Io.
Yeah.
They're not doing anything with the titles, so.
Right.
And-
Haven't we seen that before? Oh, sorry.
It's been my
I
gripe with the
can't-
tag team titles for 4 years.
I can't put my Monet on it, but
Oh, gotcha.
I feel
Like, I
something
see what you did
glowing in me.
Ah.
But no, but seriously, they're not doing anything with the women's tag team titles, which is irritating. Like at this point, have Shayna and the Transphobe go after the titles. Just go ahead and have them duke it out, have them drop the titles, and then begin whatever reign with different tag teams. Because I think the only way they're probably going to care is if they put it on the Transphobe and Shayna Baszler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's keep going here.
I as much as I love you in real life, Mike, and love to hate you in the storyline, you were absolutely right. And I hate to say that.
It's okay.
But you were right.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all right.
And you're getting more and more, and you're getting more and more right by the week, which pisses me off. But you were right.
I didn't want to be right. I didn't want to be right when I first said Knuckles, you got to understand, right? Especially with the tag team titles. I said this when when they first said they was coming out with a tag team championship. I was against it from day one. So
You were.
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't want to be right. I wanted to be wrong. I really wanted to be wrong. I was like, I hope I'm wrong about this. But if they don't know how to push the men's tag team division, what makes you think they're going to push the women's tag team division? I'm sorry. It is what it is. Like,
the only reason why the women's tag team titles doesn't work is because you don't have enough established women's tag team.
But Knuckles, that's the same
only
issue with
reason-
the men's tag team. It's always been that way. You don't have that many men's tag teams.
You got more men's tag teams than you do women's tag team by leaps and bounds.
I don't think. I mean, so name them. Name them.
Alpha Academy.
Okay.
Street Profits. Brawling Brutes. You're gonna have Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin back.
Which they broke up many times, but I hear you.
But we're getting back. It's leading to where they're gonna be back together.
Mm-hmm.
You have the New Day. They could go for another. So that's 6 I just named right there. Now you name me 6 established women's.
I can't.
Established women's.
I can't.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't.
Exactly. That's my point. The only reason why these women's tag titles don't work is because they don't have established tag teams. Tag teams that spend more than 2 months together.
Because they never. You're right. They don't do it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Even Alpha Academy, I didn't think they was gonna be together as long as they had. But Otis is starting to get over again on his own. We'll actually get to that. Gable's an incredible wrestler, and I'm so happy for him. And he's so entertaining. Otis is getting this underground type of fan reaction again, kind of like he had a few years ago when he was doing the whole thing with Mandy Rose. So we'll get to her interview in a few minutes that she did the other day. But yeah, you're right. They do have more men's tag teams than they do established women's tag teams. I can't really name any. I know they just throw together tag teams. Aaliyah and Raquel. What was that? You know what I mean? And I'm trying to, and they won the tag team titles. I don't know. It just, and then even Tegan was teaming with
Liv.
Tegan with Liv, Tegan and Liv.
Yeah.
What? Like, it's just I think what the problem is you don't have enough teams there that have any chemistry. They're just thrown together tag teams. And yes, Otis and Gable were kind of thrown together, but they both had that Olympic background. They both had
Yeah,
that
and they made that work.
and they made it work. A lot of these tag teams are just not working. They don't work. Like, all right, yeah, okay, even Hit Row. You have Hit Row. You didn't name them, but you have Hit Row, who's a tag team. I know B-Fab is with them as well, but you have whatchamacallit, Santos
Legado del Fantasma.
Yeah. I mean, so you do have the tag teams. I do stand corrected on that. You have the tag teams. The problem is the Usos have run through all of them already. So it's like they don't know how to build. See, that's the thing, right? If those tag teams are not competing for the tag team titles, they have nothing going on. And I think that's what the issue is, that they don't, like, I hate to be that guy like back in our day, but back in the day, I'm gonna say it, because we're old. Back in the day, you had B and C. Well, we're all up there, buddy. You had B and C stories going on, even if you weren't in like the title picture. You had other stories. Now if you're not in the title picture, you really aren't really been. Where's what's their Lotharios? That's their names.
Are you talking about
Garza and Roberto?
Garza
yeah, Kiss
and
Cam. Yeah, Team Kiss Cam.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I got Hector Garza. That's not his name.
Garza and Humberto.
Yeah, Carrillo. Yeah.
I think. Shit. What? Oh no, I remember. I think this is why shows like back then. This is why shows like Sunday Night Heat and Velocity were so important, because you can have those side stories, be fleshed out on those shows at least, so when people are able to watch them, and if they happen to be on the main show, either Raw or SmackDown, they can be like, okay, we know what's going on, we know how we got here. I think that they have main event?
They do.
But that's strictly on Peacock. Not everybody has Peacock. I think that should be at least on USA.
Yeah.
Just like maybe something extra for.
Oh, if not USA, like FS1 or something, a Fox affiliate.
Something.
I think like the problem in this generation, though, right? Like look at AEW Dark and Elevation. I don't watch those shows because I know most of the time, who's gonna win. I used to watch it, but there's so much wrestling that I have to watch just for this show alone, right? Like so much mainstream wrestling that I have to watch every week. I don't want to spend 2 hours watching the YouTube show that I already know who's gonna win before I watch it. Now, obviously, if like there's certain people that I certain friends that I like when Pena's on there, I watch, or when Mike Law wrestled on there, I watch. Like certain people, if Willow's having a match, like I'll watch depending if there's certain people that I really want to see on the show. But for the most part, I don't watch those shows. So it's like even if you do have the secondary and the third, look at Rampage. Look at Rampage for I know we're talking about WWE, but look at Rampage for AEW. Their ratings are horrible for Rampage. So the problem is if you start using those tag teams and start building those like stories on those shows, once they get a tag team opportunity on the main roster, or I shouldn't say the main roster, on the main show, like a Raw or SmackDown, people are going to be wondering, well, when did this happen? How'd they become number one contenders? Or they beat a bunch of losers on the Velocity show or the main event show. And now that was one of the issues when, again, the only reason I'm using this is because it actually does correlate. When Britt Baker won all of those matches on Dark and became like the number one contender for the women's championship, it's literally because she won a bunch of matches on Dark. And she even said, all right, I'll just go to Dark and win a bunch of matches that nobody cares about and get into and become the number one contender. Oh, newsflash, that's exactly what she did. She won a bunch of matches on Dark, got her record up, and that's how she got into the title picture. Now, again, WWE is different. It's not rankings and things like that. But I think the idea is similar of if you're not doing these stories on the main show, right? If you're doing it on a side show, people are not going to care.
Yeah,
Well,
that's fair. That's a fair assessment.
But that's what they did with Goldberg. How did Devil was he 49-0 on June 18th, Monday, and then June the 25th of the same month he's 62-0. Like what the hell? Like where the hell was I at? No, he won all those damn matches on WCW Pro and WCW Saturday Night and Outrage and whatever the hell else damn fucking shows called.
Ready to Rumble, 2000,
right, Ready to Rumble, 2000, Live Wire and All Access and
All Access.
Confidential.
Oh yeah,
Confidential.
He's undefeated on Confidential.
Yeah,
he won a Gene Oakland. Man, you just made
he won it.
But
he won a match on Table for 3. I heard.
All right.
Yeah, he won a table match on Table for 3. Yeah,
a table triple threat match on Table for 3.
Yeah, they all just put him over. All right, let's
and he won by disqualification on Slam City. Yeah, how about that?
Oh, Saturday. Oh man! Wow. All right. Let's keep going. Solo Sikoa defeated Dolph Ziggler with the Samoan Spike. Nice looking Samoan Spike too. It was out of like a power bomb into the spike. Yeah, it was really cool.
Something like that.
It was really cool. Really cool. Such good shit, pal. All right. We'll get to him. We gotta get to him. All right.
How's it sound, V? How's it sound, V?
I can't do it right now.
Oh man, it is late here on the East Coast. It's very late here on the East Coast. All right. We had a tag team gauntlet match pretty much to close the show, but before that, we had the Miz TV segment with Dominic Mysterio, who just did hard time. Okay, hard time.
Girl.
Okay.
Wait, is this nigga Big Boss Man?
He don't want to talk about it. All right. He says
don't.
He says snitches get stitches. He can't talk about it. He can't talk about what happened in the pen.
You get your goof ass.
I love that. I love that Miz pressed him on it. I heard you only spent like 3 hours in bookings. Not even you didn't even go to prison. You know,
not even general population, dude.
He
wasn't in Gen Pop.
No, he was in bookings like Central Bookings. Yo, I remember I heard a Central Bookings chant on a pay-per-view and I lost my mind. I forgot what pay-per-view it was. It might have been an ECW pay-per-view for back in the day, but they was chanting, or maybe Ring of Honor, and they was chanting Central Bookings, and it was just hilarious. It's hilarious. Anyway, the segment ended, and we had this gauntlet match. Now, I'm gonna already tell you, I hate gauntlet matches. Okay, I cannot stand them. I feel like they are. I've said this on the show. It's a time filling thing. Like it was literally the last hour of Raw. It was the last hour of Raw, and to me, this Raw just felt like they were shorthanded. They didn't have all of the talents there. Like Becky wasn't even there. Bianca wasn't there. I just felt like this was just like, I don't know. It was a thrown together show. Where were they? I don't even know. I forgot where they were, but I just, it was thrown together. I didn't like this. I didn't like the fact that we had to sit through an hour gauntlet match. I never liked sitting through an hour gauntlet match. I know we had a really good one a few years ago with Kofi, and that is what started the Kofi. Well, one of the things that escalated Kofi Mania that year. But I cannot with these gauntlet matches. But anyway, Damian Priest had the team with Dominic after Finn got hurt. We did see the Hurt Business. Everybody did the job to Judgment Day, and it looks like Judgment Day will be getting a match against the Usos for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. And that was pretty much the end of the show. What do you guys think of this gauntlet match? And what do you think about Judgment Day versus the Usos for the Tag Team Championship?
So it's fresh. Yay, I guess. At this point, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm ready for the tag team titles to be split. I think it's time. I don't want to give away anything for WrestleMania, but it's gonna be some fresh starts. But Raw as a whole.
There it is.
Crap.
Yeah, I didn't really like this Raw. I'll be honest with you, I didn't really like this Raw. Giving it a 1 count. Wow, there it is. And I don't mean the bloodline, we the ones. You know what I mean? Man. What? Yeah, exactly. I give it an Adam Page. Are they going to overtime? Luka Doncic just hit a crazy 3-pointer on the Mavericks game, guys. Just keeping you guys updated. But anyway, yeah, I give it an Adam Page 1 after the what did he? Well, we'll get to AEW in a minute. Okay. But yeah, before that, was it Tuesday that we had all of the breaking news? Let's get into it. Talk about everything from Steph to everything, the potential sale. Let's get into it before we get into NXT. Let's take a break from reading results and just get into this mayhem that ensued on Tuesday afternoon.
So everybody was fighting for whatever reason. So Vince McMahon essentially swindled his way back onto the board.
Yeah.
And I think people resigned. A couple people resigned, or he let go. A couple people and signed the people that was there when he was there anyway. And they're actually getting sued. This is actually getting sued. Breach of contract. Yep. I think this one with the SEC, he's not gonna win this one.
Breach of contract, slander, some other stuff.
And also with Vince being back, not in the creative way, but on the board, Stephanie McMahon was like, no. she's like, bye y'all, I'm out.
Now,
because it's gonna be drama. It's gonna be drama.
Just to stop you there, let's also remember that Stephanie only came back because Vince stepped down. So Stephanie, here's the thing, right, about Stephanie.
Stephanie was gonna leave anyway.
Stephanie was good. So everybody, and I've seen all of this, that Stephanie left because Vince is back as I don't think that's the reason. I think she did leave because Vince is back, but she left because she doesn't need to be there anymore. She only came back because Vince had to step away. Now that Vince is back, there's literally no reason for Stephanie to be there if she was already gone in the first place. Stephanie was already on a leave of absence before this whole thing came about. So, and this is what I was trying to explain to other people, that it's not just, oh, Vince came back, oh yeah, I'm out. No, it's like, yeah, Vince came back, oh, okay, well, you guys don't need me no more? All right, I'm gonna go home again. See ya. Peace. You know, so call me if you need me. Don't, but you know. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty groundbreaking just because Stephanie's been working at the WWE since she was like 18 years old. Like this is a big deal because before she was on a leave of absence. She has officially resigned this time. Like, this is pretty huge. So
and you see how in her resignation she mentioned her husband and she mentions Nick. She made no mention of her father.
I didn't notice that, but I mean, I wouldn't look too far into that. Vince doesn't like being thanked anyway. He's always been that way. Like,
ain't nobody thanking him for this bullshit.
Well, you said she mentioned them, but Vince doesn't like being mentioned, especially not, So I wouldn't look too far into that.
Well, if Vince didn't like being mentioned, he just sat his stupid ass back at the house and left and stayed gone.
Guys, you guys are crazy if you think that he was just gonna peacefully walk away from his creation.
The man is the equivalent of Joe Louis in Coming to America. He was 137 years old. Go home.
That's fine. Y'all gonna have to kill me.
Go home.
Y'all gonna have to kill. I think that's Vince's mindset.
Well, there's an app for that. Oh, sorry.
Wow. All right.
I mean,
okay. Can I? Okay.
Go ahead, V.
Can I?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, V. Go ahead. V. Go ahead.
No.
Oh, man.
You're not gonna get me.
Please don't. Go ahead now.
Because V, if you don't say it, I'm gonna say it.
No.
Go ahead.
No.
Go and say it. Go and say it. I'm not gonna be the one.
I mean, we might not be thinking the same. We might not be thinking the same thing. But I'm gonna just go ahead and cock back and unload both barrels. This is with Vince coming. Whoa, what happened?
You were speaking, pal. I didn't want no parts of that. Go ahead.
Oh, with him coming back, look at the domino effect this may have. So we're not even talking about the Saudi Arabian possible sale. Y'all motherfuckers, man, I swear.
We're still here, pal. I
know you're still here. But
I'm giving you a spotlight.
Okay, humor me for a minute.
All right.
Vince is already back, so it's not if Vince goes back.
Yeah.
Vince is already back, and if they make this Saudi Arabian sale. Oh well. Let me cut through and say this now. With Stephanie being gone, the women's division has no foundation anymore. I think she was the one that stuck up for that women's division, for those women's wrestlers. We all know how women's wrestling was when Vince was in control. You barely saw them, and when you did see them, they had 2.5-minute matches. Vince did not care.
Yeah.
That's why you never saw them. So the women's division with Stephanie leaving, it's going to go down because Vince never cared. He doesn't care now. He didn't care then. Then now forever don't care. So that's one thing. Number two, if they do make this sale to Saudi Arabia, Sami Zayn ain't staying, and he's the one that's giving you all your ratings. If you think he won't show up to a what is the thing called? If you think he won't show up to a crown jewel event in Saudi Arabia to wrestle, you really think he's going to wrestle for a company that's owned by Saudi Arabian people?
Right. Really?
And he's the one carrying your company right now. He's the most popular wrestler in your company.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
So why would you even? And okay, locker room morale down the toilet because the talent wasn't happy when he was there. Then he left. Triple H took over creative. Nick Khan and Stephanie McMahon were doing their jobs, whatever capacity that was. Locker room morale went up. Ratings went up. Raw was more popular and more watchable than it has ever been under the last 10 years of Vince McMahon. What you think about to happen? And guess who's sitting back in their chair laughing with their arms folded? Yeah. Tony Khan. And I know what your opinion is about Tony Khan, V, but I'm gonna leave that to the side. Tony Khan is sitting back in his recliner like this. The Young Bucks sitting there with beer laughing. Kenny Omega is having a ball.
Yeah.
This is the worst thing that could have ever happened to WWE. The worst. Sasha Banks looks really intelligent right now. Sasha Banks got the hell up out of there.
Yeah.
She looks real smart right now. It's almost like she knew what was going on. So she looks hella intelligent.
I don't know about that, but about this. I don't know. I don't know about that, but
the decision was made under John Laurinaitis, correct?
Yes.
Right? John Laurinaitis sat under who?
Vince. But they all sit under Vince. That's not
Yeah,
a.
but some are smarter than others, Mike.
I guess.
You think Triple H would have made that booking for Naomi and Sasha to fight each other?
No, but I don't even, honestly, it made no sense anyway, but it's just like, all right, I at that point, I think Mercedes and Naomi had just had enough. But look, this ain't about Mercedes or anything like that. I think that because we'll get to Mercedes in a minute. I just think that a lot of talent is going to be unhappy, like you guys both said. I feel like there are certain people that will walk if this deal happens, but it's just crazy that this whole thing was based on a rumor that wasn't even true, by the way. And it's just like, all right, like if all of this happened based on a rumor, imagine if it was true. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
And the fact that Vince left his own company that he created, he basically left them hostage. Saying you're not going to be able to make any TV deals without my approval. And I'm not approving on a goddamn thing, even though I am a shareholder of the company. I'm not approving.
And that's
of
why
a
he's getting
goddamn
sued.
thing. Thank you. I'm not approving of anything unless I'm in this position. Unless I'm in, what is it, executive chairman of the board? Well, he's chairman of the board now. Yeah. So unless you put me there, I'm not using my power to approve any TV deals. And as we all know, TV deals is what makes a wrestling company. If you're not on TV, you're not going to make money. So basically, the company he birthed, made successful, he held it up for ransom just so he can get his way. That's an asshole move. Smart, but it's an asshole move.
It's a Vince move, honestly. Like, it's a Vince move. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by it. It's honestly, it's a Vince move. Like, and it's his company, and he's gonna do what he wants to do. At the end of the day, it's just it sucks that you have literally hundreds of lives, people's livelihood depend on this company. So, at the end of the day, you're responsible for each and every last one of those people that, that work for you. I think we have to be considerate of all of them as well. And that's all I'm really saying about this. We'll see if this deal goes through.
Vince McMahon should have called itself Anheuser-Busch. Know when to say when.
Oh man, it's too late to say goodbye. All right,
it's a passing of the torch, Mike. With everything, there's evolution.
You're gonna have to rip it from Vince's dead cold hands. Vince is not passing any torch.
Well,
all right. Well, we're not gonna do. No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Not on this show.
Ignorance is.
We're not. No, not on this show.
Ignorance is bliss.
Sir, what you said about Alexa? All right. I
said ignorance.
I heard what you said.
Oh, okay. I ain't saying nothing about Alexa.
I think we said enough about Alexa earlier. All right. All right. NXT. Anything happened in NXT worthwhile? Somebody won a battle royal, but I can't even remember who it was.
Jason.
It was the women's.
Toxic Attraction. Yes, Toxic Attraction won, even though Gigi's feet clearly hit first. I think I gotta check this.
You got the same cough I do.
I think so. Yeah. I got it. Well, I was in the same. I was in the same location that you're in right now last week, so I think I might have caught something.
I left it here for you.
Keep that
coughed on the steering wheel.
Oh, so it was you. Ah, son of a bitch.
Yep.
All right.
It was me, Becky Q. It was me all along.
Ah, son of a bitch.
What the fuck? What the fuck is this show?
I don't know. We don't know. No, I don't know.
What is?
Oh man. Wonderful. All right.
NXT, the women's battle royal, Toxic Attraction. We kind of saw this coming.
Yeah.
Call them up, please.
Yes. Yes, please.
Okay. What do we think about NXT?
2 count. It was alright.
It was
Whatever.
aight. Yeah, it was aight. Well, Tony D faced Dijak, sacrificed himself as well. For Stacks, and that's really all I can remember. All right. We gotta get to All Elite Wrestling.
That's what
All
I'll
right.
give it, right?
Say again, Knuckles.
That's what I'll give it right there.
That's a 1.5.
That is correct.
Oh wow. So I. Oh man.
just flash 1 and 2 back to back, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Oh man. That was NXT 2.0. All right.
Oh
That one.
my god.
There it is. All right. We good? We good. Shout out to everybody that's rocking with us. I know it's rough sometimes. I know. I understand. But we're here. We are here for your entertainment. So we appreciate you. Everybody that's watching.
We're here physically.
Yeah. Everybody that's watching on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook. Anybody that's listening to us on the replay, on the audio version, Apple, Spotify, and anywhere that you got, you get podcasts. You got podcasts, you get podcasts. You get it anywhere that you guys listen to podcasts. We're there. So we appreciate you guys. All right. Let's go to Dynamite. So the show opened hot. Grudge match. Adam Page, Jon Moxley opening the show. Wow, what a match. And what I was alluding to with that 1 count kick out was after Adam Page took a bump. I think he got like, was it the pile driver? Maybe a pile driver and kicked out at 1. I don't know how I feel about that. Like it was a great pop. And I know that we're not in 1990. But there's certain moves that should be protected. We had Steve Pena on the show multiple times, but Pena had even talked about the fact that if I'm getting DDT'd, right, or if I'm getting pile driven or something like that, like that's not just a transitional move. Like that's not something that you just kick out of. Right. And I do agree with Coach Pena. In this instance, at the end of the day, your job is to entertain that crowd, and that LA crowd was entertained. They popped huge for the kick out. So it goes into this whole thing of, psychology versus, versus a pop from the crowd. They're going to double overtime in the Laker Mavericks game. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. Double overtime. Yeah,
pull out
it's
my
fine.
laptop.
Yeah, double overtime, Knuckles. It's crazy. 108 to 108. And I got a lot
Fight,
of money
LeBron. Fight.
Yeah, because he's the only one. No. Westbrook. Look, it's not a sports podcast. Anyway, we can talk about that another time. Gamble next week we got to talk about your Knicks. But if you're watching, anyway, where was I? Anyway, Page gets the win over a very game Jon Moxley, and they did the angle where Moxley said, "What happened? What, I lost?" So they're teasing that Moxley had a concussion. But yes, Adam Page, huge return match. I thought this was great. I thought it was a great way to open the show. I'm interested to see how you guys feel about that.
I feel the same way you do.
Okay, Knuckles.
I do. I like the double switch. With Moxley looking around, kind of disheveled and didn't know what was going on.
Yeah,
I love that. That was a great touch.
Yes.
Especially since you built the whole thing around Adam Page having the concussion and not knowing if he's going to come back, and the whole lead up and the promos that were cut leading up to this match. I liked the switch. I loved it. It was great placement. It was good writing. Now we're all in question about John Moxley, the
Mm.
guy who seemed to be untouchable and unfathomable to pain,
Yeah.
or not impervious. That's the word.
There
Impervious.
we go.
Impervious to pain. Now all of a sudden we're questioning concussion protocol and everything for John Moxley. It was a really nice touch. I liked it. The match was heavy hitting.
Mhm.
It was brawling. It gave me what I didn't know I needed. Um, yeah, 2 thumbs up for that match. Very, very well done. Get out the Laker game, Mike. Oh,
I'm not in the Laker game. I was reading some news here. All right, let's keep going here. So Tony Schiavone was in the ring. He says it's not his pleasure to introduce this next person, and then out of nowhere, it's all about wow, Adam Cole, baby.
Yo, yes.
Adam Cole makes his return after 6 months. Massive reaction, legitimate surprise. Okay, legitimate surprise. I love that Excalibur even said on commentary that, well, Adam Cole's not in our run sheet here. It just says TBD. It says TBD promo, which I thought was a great touch. And I know how that is. Okay, I've been given run sheets, and it's literally wouldn't say certain things on there, so I know how that is. And I feel for them. I feel for them. But yeah, Adam Cole comes out there, huge reaction, great babyface pop from the crowd. Babyface promo. He talked about the fact that he couldn't get on an airplane, he couldn't drive for longer than 15 minutes. Like, it was a really emotional promo, and he thanked the fans because each and every day, even though he's given us nothing for 6 months, the fans are still giving him everything, and he's appreciative. Like, it was a really, really strong, emotional, real promo, and I'm happy to see Adam Cole back. And he said that it's bad news for the rest of the locker room that he's back. So I'm happy to see him back.
Yeah, same. I was also legitimately surprised. I think returns end up working better when it's not spoiled or leaked.
Yeah.
It's nice to be surprised every now and again. And I was surprised in a good way.
Yeah.
I literally was I was at work. I was at work at my desk watching and thought 125% he was talking about MJF, to the point where I even started anticipating his theme song, just like and then you hear
yeah.
I pop.
Yeah.
That was,
I thought so too. Yeah, that was great. I thought so too. Great point, Knuckles. Yeah.
I think everybody in that building thought it was MJF. And then Adam Cole's music hit. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this might be the feel-good moment of 2023 so far, even though we're only 2.5 weeks in, or maybe 2. This was exceptional, and I felt, as Simon Miller would say, and you can catch him in New York at Welcome to New York.
Yes.
Yes. As he would say, I felt good deep down in my tongue. This was a great moment.
Yes.
And I'm so happy to see him back. AEW needed him back. The fans needed him. Wrestling in general needed him back. He mentioned it. He mentioned in his promo that one of the comments that he saw and he read was, "I don't even care if Adam Cole never wrestles another match, just as long as he's okay."
Yeah.
When you hear things like that, that means A, you're doing your job. B, people care. Outside of this wrestling thing, he's a human being.
Yeah.
And we saw what happened at Forbidden Door. It didn't look good. It didn't look good at all. and to see him back and know that he's back and he's able to wrestle again, it's great news. It's a blessing. I'm happy
Yeah.
for him, and I can't wait to see him back. First match in. So
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I was a fan in NXT, so I'm definitely happy to see him back.
Same. V.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, almost forgot. No, I really did enjoy the return. Good promo. If he is able to wrestle again, I wonder who. Do you think he'd go after MJF now?
Yeah. I mean, not right now, but yeah, I think that's the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was cool.
I thought it was more than cool. I thought it was like
Yeah,
I thought that was one of the best parts of the show there. Yeah.
Right.
I thought that was a huge highlight. All right. We had Jungle Hook defeat Big Bill and Lee Moriarty. Then we had going right over. Then we have American Dragon Bryan Danielson versus Takeshita. But before that, AEW World Champion MJF.
Never seen a man
And
run so fast.
say it again.
I've never seen a man run so fast.
Yeah, that was
Man was looking like Scooby Doo running up the guy.
So Freddie Prinze Jr. was in the crowd. Of course, MJF made fun of that. And made fun of the Scooby Doo movie. And also I don't want to mess up his name. I know who he is. I've seen him in The Hangover. I've seen him in Masked Singer. Ping Jong. Okay, yes, he was there. And I loved his reaction to MJF. Like that was funny also. With MJF getting the cheap heat with burying the celebrities in the crowd there. And also he buried Takeshita, who is an extremely talented wrestler. I want Takeshita to just take off. You know what I'm saying? I think he's extremely talented. Bryan Danielson comes out there, chases MJF off. Bryan gets the win over Takeshita, which of course was going to happen. But I thought this was a great match, probably the best wrestling match on the show, and I mean just pure wrestling match. And that was pretty much the segment there. What did you guys think of this? MJF's promo, the match. What are we thinking here? Knuckles.
So I'll start.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah, V.
Oh yeah. Go ahead, V.
So I'll start with the match because I have nothing but good things to say about that. Okay. Forgive me in advance. Takeshita?
Takeshita.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a talented man.
Yes.
Like point blank. Perfect opponent. Perfect opponent. Now that the good stuff I said, now it's time for the shit that got on my nerves. Alright. So Cheap Heat, right?
Yeah.
Cheap Heat with a little bit of xenophobia. Delicioso. So clearly I wasn't a fan of the promo.
Right.
I just think, besides it being Cheap Heat, it's just tired. Like, can we not?
I'm sorry, V. Can you be specific without being all the way specific? Like what portion?
Making fun of Takeshita's name. And
okay.
I mean, again, but this is MJ. I can't even. The thing is, like, the reason that I'm not even like mad about it is because this is literally MJF. Like, it's literally him. Like, how can I explain it? Everybody asks what's my problem with MJF and why don't I like, because this has been him. This has been him for 8 years. If I can think 7 years, about 7 or 8 years. Like, this is literally him. So it didn't really bother me because I already knew he like MJF takes the low route every single time. Like not every single time, but like a lot. So it's like I'm not. It is what it is because I mean this is what I expect out of him. So I'm not. You can't really be, for me. Just speaking for Mike here, like can't really be like disappointed and upset with it when it's like this is what he's always done. This is literally what's gotten him over to the Masters. Yeah, being downright disrespectful and offensive in certain aspects. So I'm not even surprised. Like it's just like, all right, this typical MJF heat, I guess. You know, I guess that's all I was. That was my thing about it. Like, I mean, I didn't hate the promo just because I'm like, all right, well, this is typical MJF. But again, that's just me.
Fair.
And if anybody was offended by it, like I can understand, I can sympathize, but I wasn't surprised by it.
Well, I think what the point that V is trying to drive across is that you can still use your talents to create heat, but you can go other measures besides, you know. I mean, that kind of can give racists a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I can see these points. So, but I think there are other ways to create heat.
No, it's true. I get it.
And I mean, I think we've heard worse. Jungle Boy, Christian Cage.
Yeah.
Jungle Boy, Christian Cage.
Yeah, talking about Jungle Boy's dead father. Like, come on now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy.
Oh man, yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. Again,
We've
it
heard
doesn't make it
something.
right, but it's like
Triple H, Booker T.
Yeah, people like you. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah,
What
stuff
you
like
mean?
that. Yeah.
I get it.
I mean, like I said,
I get it.
I get it. It's just it's what I've known to expect from MJF. So it's like whatever. Like he goes out there calling people white trash hicks all week. Sorry if I offended anybody. Yeah. Like, I mean, he's talked about Hispanic people before. He's talked about like so it's not just in a way, as crazy as it's gonna sound, it's kind of all inclusive. Like he literally talks about everybody. I've heard him back game. I've heard him.
Right.
I've heard him. You know what I mean? Like it's literally everybody. He's not just making fun of one culture. It's literally everybody.
Here's the thing about it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about it. He does these things, but we never hear in the dirt sheets about backlash from it.
Because he gets all of
We
this
never hear it.
before he goes out and says it about them. Like he literally approves all of this stuff before he says it.
That's what I'm saying. There has to be some level of approval for him to go out and say this stuff that he says.
Oh, of course.
Because that stuff is literally like if you said that on, let's see, I'm in Georgia, so you see, if you said that at Yamacar Village here, they'd be making T-shirts for you. Like literally, like I'm being very serious. If he was to come to my city and walk up in Yamacar Village, which is one of the most urban neighborhood. I'm gonna say neighborhood. I ain't gonna say hood, but the most urban neighborhood part of our city. Right. Yeah.
Yo.
Pop the 40 and check your rollies. It's crack now. Yeah. If he was to come and say that, they'd be Shaquille O'Neal in him right now.
RP Shad.
RP Shad. Yeah. But if he just said that, they'd have been Shaquille O'Neal in him. Underdog. Put that on a T-shirt. I'm just saying. So there's got to be some kind of. It's his shit. Only he could get away with that.
Yeah.
Only him.
Yeah. And if it was like, all right, doesn't make it right. Yeah, but I'm like, if he was going out there every week talking about like one group of people every week, then I'd be like, all right. And I mean, but literally, he buries everybody. So I'm not even. I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised by this at all. But it looks like Knuckles is gonna get his wish here. The game is finally over. the Lakers do the job. 115 to 119 in double overtime. At the Staples Center. Whoa, it's not the Staples Center anymore, right?
Crypto.com arena.
Cryptocurrency arena.
Crypto.com arena. You're an idiot.
But anyway, yeah. So let's keep going. Okay. I don't care about Juice Robinson versus Orange Cassidy. No, is he facing Orange or? No, he's facing Darby. It says on Rampage.
Darby.
Okay, so he's facing Darby for the TNT Championship. So okay. Now we got to get to it. There was a tag team match that was promoted for over a month. Okay, and shout out to Ray, who was in the building in LA for AEW Dynamite this past week. So shout out to Ray. Support him. Ray the Raw.
Make that man a seat filler.
Right? He finally got to meet Jade Cargill, which I'm very happy for him.
Are you serious?
Yeah. He got his wish.
He met her in person?
Yeah, he met her in person.
And he's still conscious?
Yeah. Keep talking while I stall for time.
You gotta see if he's still with us.
Yeah. Somebody check on your man.
That's what I'm doing.
Man,
okay.
ED is not his testimony that night.
Oh my goodness! Maybe he took the Blue Chew, and this ain't a ad.
Blue Chew. That blue.
Not sponsored.
Blue.
Hi, everyone.
And there it is, guys. There it is. There's the picture of Ray meeting Jade Cargill. There it is. That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's what's up. Look at his smile. His face is about to fall apart.
Can you blame him? Look at. Oh man, and she's like on his chest. He's probably losing his mind. Oh man, this is. That ain't the only. All right, relax.
That ain't the only thing you're losing.
No, we're not doing it. No, I'm not going there. All right, let's get Ray on. Yeah, he's got enough TV time. Let's get him off there. All right.
He's got enough TV time.
All right. So we had Saraya and Toni Storm versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and AEW Women's World Champion Jamie Hayter, who is over like Rover, as they like to say. Shout out to Taz. So interesting thing they did here. Toni Storm came out first so that nobody would actually think that Mercedes was coming out. They made sure that Toni came out first. And interesting note here, Toni Storm kind of had what we call boo-boo face on when she came out. Immediately. She wasn't smiling. She wasn't happy. Saraya came out all happy and smile and, oh, this is my house. And, in full Saraya fashion. But Toni Storm was not having it. she was Kevin Owens on Monday Night Raw in the turnbuckle. Like that's how she was feeling about this match.
Because she knew it was evident with everybody. Nobody wanted her there.
Not only that, she was doing the JOB, pal.
On the PPV.
And
shout out to the headband.
Shout out to yeah. They want us to do the JOB on the PPV.
On the PPV.
I love it. Anybody that got that
JOB on the PPV.
Oh man. Job Squad. Anybody remember? All right. Anyway.
I can't do this.
Yes, you can.
What does everybody want?
It's Veer back. All right. Anyway, so we had this tag team match, and
that was Ray's tagline on Wednesday.
Okay, no, I'm out.
Oh my god.
Bye.
Oh my god. All right. Yeah.
Okay. Can I just? Okay, go ahead and
okay.
lay it out, Mike.
Okay. So the match was fine, but Saraya and Toni Storm did the job. It's pretty much the match. And after the match, well, Sheeta was out there. Sheeta threw the kendo stick in the ring. Who did she pass it to? We don't know. She looked like she was upset, but do we really know that she was upset? We don't know. And it looks like they're gonna do something with Sheeta and Toni Storm here. After the match ended, though. After the match ended here, we had the segment ended in the arena and they went to dark. And everybody thought that Mercedes was coming out in the building. I saw a live fan video that everybody thought that Mercedes was coming on. But then when they showed a graphic for Rampage and the segment just ended, the crowd audibly booed. They booed like crazy not because of the match being bad, just like because the match wasn't bad. It's just after the match ended, they thought maybe Mercedes was going to come out. Nope. The segment just ended.
But
the Rampage graphic came up, and that was the end of the segment. Knuckles, you got all right. Go ahead, V. I know Knuckles wanted to say something, but go ahead, V.
I'm sorry, but I just wanted to ask, who the fuck told them that she was going to be on AEW?
Britt Baker dropped the boss line.
The boss line, and then why are you promoting a mystery tag team partner for over a month?
It had just Saraya already said it was Toni, though.
She said it last week.
But that was the point.
Yeah.
That was the point.
Because everybody, even when she said it, you know what it is? I think, and I'm not a lawyer, but I think that the reason that they said it was so that they'd have plausible deniability just in case they weren't able to get Mercedes. I think they fully believed that it would be Mercedes. I think without a doubt, they believed that it was going to be Mercedes. I think they weren't able to get Mercedes. And just to have an out, just to say what V just said, oh, well, we never said it was going to be Mercedes. Yeah, but you guys leaned into it really hard.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that they could have done a better job of debunking all of the rumors weeks ago if they knew that they weren't going to have Mercedes. But I think that it came down to the wire, honestly. I think it came down to the wire, and they realized, well, shit, we don't have Mercedes. What are we going to do? All right, well, we already announced Toni Storm. Let's just go with Toni Storm. You know what I mean? But
yeah, like as of Monday, this past Monday, there were articles and dirt sheets saying that yes, it is going to be Mercedes.
Yeah. But the dirt sheet girls have been wrong about a lot of things lately. Yeah. And it's one of those things where you just can't trust all of that. And I think this is the point where I say just let things happen in wrestling.
Right.
We don't always have to have a scoop. Like a scoop is not always needed. And just let things happen organically. I think that's what makes wrestling, to me personally, fun. But
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Nonetheless, people were disappointed. The crowd was disappointed. It deflated the building. And even Sean Ross Sapp said on his Twitter, and I don't listen to a lot of people, but Fightful is one of the sites that if they report it, I will give them credibility. Because if they are wrong, they do post a retraction fairly quickly. So I do follow Fightful. Fightful even, well, Sean Ross Sapp even said that AEW could have did a better job of not feeding into all of these rumors. They shouldn't have had Britt say that boss line last week. Like, that was deliberate. That was a deliberate, like, tease, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what everybody's issue was with it. Knuckles, you were gonna say something?
Now that boss line could have went one of two ways. Either it could have went the way of yes, she's going to somehow be Saraya's mystery partner, or that's plenty ease to say, you know what, give it some time. It's going to happen.
It could be a tease for the future. But so you said the week before. That's my whole thing. You
I
say it
don't
the
know.
week before the match.
And here's another thing, and I'm just going to throw this out there. I think that's why we got the Adam Cole return, because you couldn't get Mercedes. Everybody's so focused on Mercedes, Saraya, the boss line. Everything was pointed toward Mercedes debuting in AEW.
Right.
We didn't hear anything about Adam Cole.
Well, and we wouldn't.
Now, if that was purposely done by Tony Khan, he's a genius. Because where everybody's attention, Roddy Piper said it. Just when you think you have all the answers, I changed the questions.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's attention was toward Mercedes Moné. Nobody was thinking about Adam Cole, and then he pulled Adam Cole on us. So if he planned it that way, knowing he could not get Mercedes, that's genius. That's a genius play part. Now, moving forward, what I think is going to happen is this is going to turn into a 6-man or a 6-woman. She's going to join with Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter, which leaves Saraya and Toni Storm with one less person that they need. And we'll get Mercedes. This is going to be a slow burn, probably into a Revolution. And we'll get Mercedes at Revolution in a 6-woman tag with Saraya, Toni Storm against Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, and Shida. That's what I think it's going.
Yeah, it could happen. And this is the tweet I was referring to. Sean Ross Sapp said, "I don't know how much more there is that we don't know, but there's just a lot of things that could and should have been done differently to manage expectations of Mercedes on AEW there. I'll see what I can find out." So obviously, I think there's more to this. I think the situation just was they could not finalize the deal in time. And Bon G's in the chat. When he look left, you go right. Yes, another. Yeah. See Thoughts Music on all platforms. Make sure you guys support Bon G. All right, let's get to the main event here. For the trios tag team titles, we had a ladder match. Before that, we had a segment from the Jericho Appreciation Society. But it is what it is. Starks is gonna face Jake Hager next week. It's pretty much.
Oh, speaking of which, can we mention the Owen Hart moment of the night?
Missed it.
When what is his name? Action.
Get your face out of your face.
You gonna slap your face out of your face?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, Owen kicked your leg out of your leg, and now we're gonna slap your face over your face. I get it. I get it. Yeah.
Listen,
I get it.
I laughed so hard, and you two were the first people to come to my mind. Like, yeah, probably laughing right now.
Yeah, no, I thought that was really funny. I thought it was a good line. The segment kind of, it was a little discombobulated, but it was
long.
Your face out of your face.
I'm gonna slap your face.
All right. Let's leave Jake alone. Big Hurt. Let's.
I like this fact.
Let's leave Big Hurt alone. All right. Ladder match. Trios tag team titles. This was the car crash that you expected. I mean, in a good way, of course. It's a Young Bucks match. Of course, you're gonna have all of the bells and whistles and everything like that. I thought it was a great main event. Of course, the Elite get their tag team titles, their trios titles back. And that was pretty much the end of the show. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and go through spot. Like, they had some great spots in the match. Just crash TV,
amazing
like you guys
spot.
expect. Yes. You know what you expect from a Young Bucks and Penta and Rey Fenix match, Death Triangle match. So nothing bad to say about the main event at all. Happy for the Elite, glad they got their trios titles back, and yeah, we'll see what happens there. Guys.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I don't have anything. I'll tell you right now. I think that was the first match I watched the second match I watched. I told you that I was not watching all 7. If they made it to 7, I watched the last one, and that's
They
what I
did
did.
it differently. They did every match differently, which was pretty creative. Yeah, it was all different. So
That was what we were weary of from the beginning. Can they read themselves 7 times? That's what we were weary of.
and they pulled it off.
That 450 off the top through the table.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And the one wing angel off the ladder.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Woo.
And that was AEW.
Yeah.
I give it an airfall.
I also give it an airfall.
Bonji says that's real wrestling. Okay. Knuckles is we're here. I don't know about that one, but yeah. Yeah, therefore. Knuckles. Real wrestling, isn't that an oxymoron when we're talking about professional wrestling?
That is correct. Anyway.
All right. Just saying.
It is. But yeah. AEW is cool. I really see. Here we go again.
Oh,
that's a 3 count show, but we didn't get Mercedes.
If they got Mercedes, that would be a 3 count show.
If they got Mercedes, that'd have been no arguments. That was a 3 count show. You get Mercedes and Adam Cole.
I was never expecting Mercedes, so I kept my hopes low, as I usually do. So hey.
I think we do get her eventually, but it's
yes. Revolution.
After
when is Revolution? February?
March.
No, Revolution. March?
Yeah, March. Mercedes is wrestling next month, though.
Yeah, she's wrestling in LA.
Yeah.
No, that's this one.
Kyrie, yeah, next month. She's wrestling Kyrie for the IWGP.
Oh, February, that's right.
Yeah. All right. Well. All right. So before we get out of here, couple of podcast goals for this year, for 2023 here. And we will have this posted to the Go for the Pin page as well. So have 10 people. Okay.
Okay.
Damn, you didn't waste no time.
Yeah,
I got 2.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. And a lot of these people, most of these people, I would say all of these people is very realistic and very doable. So I'll start it off. So and all of these are like either independent talents or people that work on the independents that I'd be interested in having on the show and talking to, and I think that our audience would appreciate learning about them. So at the very top of my list, number 1 is Trish Adora. I would love to have Trish on the show, and it's definitely possible. Sammy Chaos is another one that I would love to have on the show. Sammy Chaos actually just worked Ruthless Lala at Hellseekers. She did the job. She did the job, pal. Respectfully, exactly. Respectfully, she did the job to the lariat. Respectfully. We can't get Jade Cargill. Okay, let me make this clear. Okay. let me make this clear.
Wishful thinking, bro.
No, but really, we can't get Jade. She signed to AEW. Like, all right, so here's the thing, right? This list is a list of people that are not signed to AEW, WWE, or Impact. If they're signed to any of those companies, we won't be able to get them. Yes, I agree. I would love to have Jade on the show, but love to have Jade. But I was trying to do this and keep it realistic as the people that we can actually maybe make happen. But yes, Jade would be awesome. All right, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna just keep running through it. Cosmic, House of Glory's current tag team champions, main event. A Game, Joseph Alexander. Siegel. Stephanie Hardy. Stephanie Hardy put together Black Girl Magic last year. She's interviewed Trish Stratus, Lita, Mickey James. Like she's doing a thing. So I'd love to get Stephanie on the show. The colossal one, not Bronson Reed, but Mike Law. Joe K. If you've seen any video footage really from the Northeast in the last year and some change, Joe K is probably the one behind the camera. Love to talk to Joe K for everything he's done for Battle Club and for all of the independents across the Northeast area. And last but certainly not least, I would love to talk to referee Stephen Dumaine. You have seen, if you have watched any independent match in the Northeast, Stephen is refereed for it. He refereed for that company. Ring of Honor, House of Glory. I think he's done Impact stuff. He's senior official for Battle Club Pro. We Are Wrestling. He is literally, if not one of the top referees in the Northeast. And I would love to have Steven come on the show. He's actually the real life brother of Mike Law. So that's my 10. I think it's a realistic possibility. And I know a lot of these people that I'm saying, if you're not on the Northeast and you're not up on the Northeast independent scene, you might not have heard of them. But I mean, come on, Trisha Dora is one of the hottest independent stars, not just on the Northeast, just in the world right now. Cosmic is also blowing up. You know, a lot of people know main event, the tag team. So it's not just, they're not just local to the Northeast scene, but they are on the rise. And those are the people that I really want to talk to. Those are the people that are, and a veteran like Mike Law. Mike Law, a lot of you guys don't know, but Mike Law's been wrestling like 18 years. You know, so these are guys that I would love, guys and girls, that I love to get on the show, and just talk to them. Because at the end of the day, yeah, Jade Cargill would be great, but she probably has a million other interviews out there. You know, everybody knows who Jade is. They may not know who A-Game Joseph Alexander is. You know what I'm saying? They may not know who Spice is, who had a lot to do with Black Girl Magic last year as well. You know, they may not know who Stephanie Hardy is. All of these people, there's so many great wrestling minds out there. And I would love to use this show to be a platform for those individuals. Hey, we talked to Steve Pena before he ever did anything with AEW Dark. You know, so and now Pena's a good friend. Like, you know, breaking that wall here. Steve's a great friend. So it's like, I would love to talk to a lot of these people. Let me see. Yes. So I'll get I'm sure V wants to get Dr. Brittany Baker, DMD, on the show at some point. It's a joke. I love to talk to Britt. I would love to talk to Britt. But yeah,
Britney Spears? Yeah.
No, Brittany Baker. Brittany Baker. Brittany Baker. The dentist lady. Adam Cole. All right, go ahead, Knuckles.
I do have. I said I had two, but I just put a third one on my list because I'm pretty confident that if I try hard enough with a collective, with a what is it, team effort, a collective effort from the two of you, I think I can pull it off. But I'll save him for last. I do have my first two. Obviously, are good friends of mine that live in the city or used to live in the city. One is former multiple-time champion in multiple independent scenes, Boydell Walker, the shooter. Boydell Walker. He's a really, really good friend of mine. Awesome talent. He's been on Main Event for WWE before. He's been on. He did one episode of Raw. I think that was 2016. Don't quote me. He's also done spots as like extra security, things of that nature. So I would like to have him on. Another friend of mine, Mr. Game Over, Adrian Davis.
Mm-hmm.
He was big on the southeastern independent scene for a while. He just had a child, so I don't know how.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so I don't know how. I don't know how much he's wrestling now, but I know he was in the business and he was on the circuit very as of last year. That's another one, and the big one, and I want to get you guys' opinion. Actually, okay, I'll just leave it at that. The big one, I want to get CVV. He's not a wrestler. He's not a wrestler. He's an interviewer. He's not signed with anybody. I want to see if we can't get CVV. If we can't get CVV, I would like to get some of these other podcasters. Like they used to be called Mustache Bros Wrestling. They're I think they're in the Midwest. There's the guys from In the Clutch. They do a lot of wrestling stuff. They do a lot of wrestling stuff on their YouTube channel. Just wrestling oriented people that we always see. My mind went to YouTube people that do the interviews, but are never interviewed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, they put all their efforts toward getting the talent on their shows, but no one ever has them on another show. So that's why I mentioned CBV and Mustache Bros and In the Clutch. And I mean, if we could get talk to freaking Simon Miller, you're gonna see him in a few weeks. You're gonna see him in a few weeks. It's worth
I'll see what I can do. It's worth a shot. Yeah.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
So, and you're going to be in the same building with him. If we can get Simon Miller, that would be
backstage
clutch.
area.
Yeah, there you go. If you can get him, that would be clutch. So those are the ones. Those were the first three I thought. Shooter Vordell Walker, Mr. Game Over, Adrian Davis, and I'm going to do my due diligence to see if we can't get CBV. So that's mine.
You guys want Simon Miller? I'll reach out to Simon and we'll see what happens. I haven't met him, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll meet him on Saturday. So next Saturday. V, you're up, and then take us home, pal.
All right. I just want to make it to the end of the year. No, seriously, I do want to do more collabs.
Yeah.
I want that Jabba Chase collab. I definitely want that Jabba Chase collab.
That'd be dope.
I also want to interview. You already took Trisha Dora from me, but Trisha Dora is on my list.
It's okay. We got the same people.
So is Shane Taylor.
Oh,
I don't know if he's signed as of yet.
I'll see what I can do.
Also, it's quite a few people. I
might be able to make that happen.
I'm trying to remember everybody on my list, and I can't think of it right now. But yeah, Shane Taylor is somebody I do want to interview. Billy Dixon.
Are you sure he's not signed to Ring of Honor, like through AEW?
I'm not sure. It hasn't been announced, so I'm not sure.
Okay. I'll look into it. Okay.
Darius Lockhart. Another one
I think we're working on that.
So it's quite a few people that are on my radar. Of course, my dream interview is Brett.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I get it.
That's the dream one. But
could that be a thing? Could that be a thing if we got inactive wrestlers?
I don't think we have the money to pay Brett.
No, we don't. We do not. We do not. No, we don't.
Yeah.
No.
Somebody get Alex right on the phone.
And generally speaking, no, I don't make it seem like we pay for. I guess we don't. We do it like they do it just off the strength of like being cool with us and just love for the business. So we appreciate everybody that's done our show. Like, we really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't even have anything really to, to give them in return except promotion, and giving them a platform to promote themselves and to get themselves out there more, So I guess, like, on a side note, a podcast goal would to land a sponsor. That would be that would be nice. A sponsor that fits our brand, because it's got to be the right sponsor. It's got to be the right. It's got to be the right sponsor.
Yeah.
But that I think that's also another goal for 2023 here. And guys, if you're listening or watching, if you guys have anybody that's realistic, that is not signed to any one of the major companies, that you think would be a great guest to have, leave it in the comments. Tweet the show. Okay, add us and all of that, and we'll try to make it happen. I mean, it's worth a shot. Like I said, I didn't think we'd even be able to get Big Swole and Willow, and we was able to pull that off. And so I'm by far, I'm thankful for everybody that's been on the show, but like Big Swole and Willow was just like, whoa, like, bro, like what? And it's crazy how that came along, because it's just like, all right, I think we should just reach out to her. Like, I told B, I'm like, I'm gonna ask her, and I had asked her in person like a long time ago, but you know how those things go. Like, yeah, just hit me up, and then it just never happened. And then I think, like, thank you, Joe Kim. That's all I want to say. Joe is amazing, because Joe was really the one. Like, all right, no, let's make this happen, right? And then that's when Big Swole was like, yeah, all right, like, I'm with it, So, Joe, I am forever indebted to you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Cannot wait to see you next Saturday. I don't know what Joe's gonna have me doing. If anything he needs, I'm there. If you need ring crew, if you need whatever, I'm there.
You're doing a run-in on a Darius Carter, man.
No comment. But, I might be close, but let's just leave that there. And on that note, V, take us home.
All right. With that being said, we are finished. We are done. All right. Let's get lifted again. So for social media, no, but
yes.
Back up.
Oh.
Thank you guys for watching or listening to Go for the Pin.
Oh, that too.
Now for social media. You can follow the show, Go for the Pin Show on Twitter, and Go for the Pin _show on Instagram. You can follow Mike at DJ Mike EQ on Twitter and Mike _EQ on Instagram. You can follow DJ Knuckles at DJ _Knuckles on Instagram and JPS Music 15 on Twitter. You can follow me at KV _the Ruler on Instagram and _Watch My Throne on Twitter. I am on a hiatus. But I'll be there, back. I don't know, whatever. So yeah, you can find us on YouTube. Type in Go for the Pin, you see this big ass head. Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever you can find podcasts, is all of that. Anchor, all of that. And I'm trying to think of anything else. Am I missing something?
Nope.
Am I missing something? No? Okay.
Steve Thoughts Music, and Raider Raw and everything. And welcome to New York City next Saturday, here in Brooklyn. Get tickets now, brownpapertickets.com. And that's it. That's all. We out of here.
That's it. We're finished. We're done. Bye. We're gone.
Peace, y'all.
Love you, Angie.